This is a Qigong practice based on the Chinese 5 elements of wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. We're going to begin with wood as it starts the 5 element cycle and it associates with spring. So begin by standing just with the feet about hips width and then step them together. Wood begins with tracing the inner lines of the thighs with the fingers as you inhale. Exhale, press the heels of the hands down through the organs, then float the arms up as you breathe in. Exhale, feet together, hands down, starting again. Fingers tracing the liver meridian. Exhale, hands press down, arms float up. Feet together, step together, exhale. And repeat this continuing just with the breath and the movement. And allow the hands to continue to move alongside the organs of the gallbladder and the liver, especially when they come to contact along the sides of the waist. You can use those palms to really track down in towards the organs themselves. The breath is slow and steady, unbroken, and the movements unbroken and continuous like the breath. You can also consider taking in kindness, which is the quality of wood in balance, and releasing out an emotion such as anger or frustration or being thwarted, which is also a quality of the organ when out of balance or the element. Then complete this by taking the feet apart, wide as the hips or wider, and then drawing the hands out and into a clearing. Just to release anything that you might want to let go of here. Hands floating down. And then finish by allowing the hands to rest one over the other onto the dantian, the lower abdomen. And here I'm mirroring you. The left hand for women on top of the right. For men, the right hand on top of the left. Take a few deep breaths. And we'll begin the second element, fire. Inner edges of the pinkies come together overhead, and then the backs of the hands draw down. Inhale, the arms out to the side. Exhale, step the feet back together. Again, inhale, the inner edges of the pinkies come up. Exhale, the backs of the hands and the fingers point down. Inhale, the arms out to the side. And exhale, the feet step together. Inhale, inner edges of the pinkies come up. The arms are overhead. Then the backs of the hands trace down through the center line. Inhale, the arms out. And exhale, the hands down, feet together. Inhale, those inner edges of the pinkies are for the meridians of the heart and small intestine. The backs of the hands come together, tracing down that central axis, arms out. Exhale, feet together. And just continue to repeat this. The fire element is associated with the heart and its many helpers of the heart protector, the pericardium. The small intestine, which is kind of like the heart's secretary. It filters out impurities. And what's called the sanjiao, triple heater, a thermostat in our body. When in balance, the heart is compassionate and generous. And sometimes when out of balance, it's a bit anxious and restless. To finish here, bring the hands out and again clear out any restlessness, any anxiety, leaving the heart, leaving the fire element more compassionate, generous, and filled with warmth. And with the hands back on the dantian, the feet slightly wider than the hips, and pause. The third element is earth. It's a little bit more complex. You step out to the left, the arms come up overhead, and then they slide around, twisting towards the other direction. The top arm sweeps down towards the earth and out to the side. Then you finish with the arms down, feet together. Sweep out to the right, lift the hands towards the ceiling. Then that front arm, palm up, back hand, palm down. Top arm sweeps down, arms out, and exhale the feet together. Earth element, inhale the hands overhead. Then you're holding a tray with your top hand. Then that top hand brushes down towards the earth. The arms both sail out. Exhale the hands down, feet together. Inhale out. And that back hand now, palm faces down. Top hand, palm up. Exhale, top hand sweeps down, arms out, and step the feet together. The earth element is associated with the period of summer, late summer, sort of when everything is in balance. And the earth represents a sense of balance, of steadiness, of really holding everything together. Sometimes it's considered the very center of all the 5 elements. Just continue these movements, linking body and breath. And imagine here that you're gathering up the qualities of sincerity and sympathy, which is the earth and balance, and then just clear out any obsessiveness, any worry, which can sometimes affect the earth when it's out of balance. And then again, end with your hands resting on the dantian, feet slightly wider than the hips. And enjoy just a moment of stillness. The next element is metal. The arms come up overhead. Then exhale, they come from behind the lungs and press forward with the palms. Inhale, the palms soft. Exhale them down. Inhale, you sweep the arms out overhead, and then from behind the lungs, you press forward with the palms, sitting the hips down a bit. Inhale them up. Exhale down. Stepping out, scoop up with your hands. Sit down with your hips as you press the hands forward. A big letting go. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, feet together. The metal element is associated with the autumn season. Autumn is really a time of year when things start to let go. The earth quiets down, the leaves fall off of trees. And the metal element is really associated with that process of thinning back, letting go, starting to slow down. But it's also an element that's associated with quite a quality of refinement. And there can be, as well, sometimes out of balance, a sense of not being able to let go, of excessive grief. So we just use here the arms to gather up quality, sense of refinement, and clear out any kind of sadness or grief. And then end again here with the hands on the lower belly, the dantian. Pausing here. This last element is water, associated with the season of winter. With the feet together, you begin by stepping the left foot out. The arms sweep back behind you as though you're doing a back bend. The arms then come overhead and fold down. The fingers trace along the backs of your legs, which is the urinary bladder meridian. Make fists and lightly tap the kidneys. Then exhale and trace back down along the backs of the legs, then inside the inner legs to the groins. Exhale the feet together. Inhale, step out and open the arms up. Exhale, folding down. Again, the fingers trace along the backs of the legs, then you tap on an exhale lightly to the kidneys. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold and trace along the backs of the legs with the fingers. Then inhale along the inner legs to the groins. Exhale, release. Begin again. There's a back bend there. Then you fold. The hands are tracing the backs of the legs all the way to the lower back, where you punch lightly with fists on the kidneys. Fold again. Come up through the inner legs and finish with the hands down. Repeat this a few more times, getting into a rhythm and steadiness of water, like a good fluid movement of breath and body. Now, water is an element that's associated with the organs of the kidneys and the urinary bladder. It's about holding as well as stamina. The kidneys have a lot to do with our energy and how we use our energy. It's also home to our essence, our jing, which is passed down to us from birth by our parents. In balance, the kidneys have or the water element gives us this quality of perseverance, of really being able to keep going, of a strength and a tenacity. Sometimes out of balance, though, can be associated with a quality of fear or of really not knowing, uncertainty. And so here, as you finish, step the feet apart, gather up that real sense of perseverance, and then clear out any fear, any trepidation, leaving the body, the mind, the spirit in a greater state of balance and harmony. The water element, fluid, steady in the body, moving through the meridians. Again, you end with the feet slightly wider than the hips and the hands placed, stacked on the dantian. Finishing this practice that brings balance to all the major organs of the body and their associated elements of wood, fire, earth, metal, and water.